Welcome back to Kiddaby. Our today's story is Kalu the Black Llama's Great Journey. Kalu the Black Llama woke up under a palm golden dawn. His soft wool glowed deep charcoal against morning light. Today, adventure called him beyond the snowy Andes hills. His white llama friends, Lulu, Paco, and Nino, munched icy grass nearby. "Where are you off to, Kalu?" Lulu asked gently. "To find the Valley of Singing Winds," he replied. "Let's come too," bleated Paco happily. Kalu's heart warmed. Together, they trotted out of their frosty valley, hooves crunching snow under the pastel morning sky glowing with pink and gold. They passed mossy boulders covered in glowing frost. Tiny bluebirds fluttered from rock to rock, singing sleepy dawn songs. Nino trotted ahead, ears flicking happily in the freezing breeze. By midday, the snow melted into grassy meadows. Butterflies circled them like floating petals. Kalu's hooves felt light and springy. "We're getting closer to magic," he whispered confidently. They reached a river shimmering silver under bright sunlight. Lulu dipped her nose in, giggling as tiny fish tackled her muzzle. Kalu drank deeply, feeling brave and refreshed. Beyond the river lay a cactus forest. The cacti stood tall, wearing pink and yellow blossoms like fancy hats. Paco sniffed a flower and sneezed loudly. Everyone laughed. As evening approached, glowing fireflies drifted from thorny bushes. They lit the path like golden lanterns. Nino danced around them, humming sleepy songs to welcome the cool desert night. They camped beside a giant cactus glowing with moonlight. Kalu lay down first, closing his eyes as Lulu snuggled beside him, warm and soft under the glittering silent stars. At dawn, they woke to distant flute music floating across the sand. "What is this?" whispered Lulu. "It's calling us," Kalu said, ears perked, heart thumping with excited bravery. They followed the sound until they saw an old wise tortoise playing a tiny wooden flute. "Hello, travelers," he smiled. "Where are you headed so early?" "To the Valley of Singing Winds," Kalu said bravely. The tortoise nodded slowly. "Follow the sunflowers that bloom only at dawn," he said wisely, eyes twinkling kindly under his shell hood. They thanked him and journeyed onwards until the golden sunflowers appeared, glowing in sunrise light. The petals whispered tiny songs as they brushed past, making everyone giggle softly. Soon they reached sandy hills, glowing orange and pink. Suddenly, Lulu slipped from a dune. "Help!" she squeaked. Kalu ran fast, pulling her up with his strong woolly neck. "Thank you, Kalu," Lulu said shyly. "We're family," Kalu smiled. Together, they bounced down dunes, tails flicking like happy dancers in the breeze that smelled of warm earth. At dusk, they reached Crystal Rock Field. Each rock glowed with trapped moonlight. Nino bleated softly. "It feels like stars fell here." Kalu nodded, eyes shining with wonder. That night, they slept among glowing crystals. Kalu dreamed of floating in the sky with his friends, dancing across glowing rainbow clouds under the sleepy silver moon. At dawn, they woke refreshed. Ahead stood the entrance to Singing Wind's Valley, guarded by a giant old cactus with blossoms bigger than llamas themselves. Only the bravest may enter, rumbled the cactus gently. Kalu stepped forward. We come to kindness, not fear, he said boldly. The cactus smiled and opened its blossom gate. Inside the valley, warm wind sang songs that wrapped around them like glowing golden ribbons. Paco pranced happily, Lulu twirled in circles, and Nino hummed softly with dreamy eyes. The wind carried magical pollen that sparkled like tiny stars. Kalu sniffed it gently and felt bravery fill his heart, warming him from ears to hooves with peaceful courage. They traveled deeper, reaching Wind Echo Lake. Waves sang sleepy lullabies as moonlight danced on its ripples. The friends cuddled together under the singing breeze, hearts calm. Morning came with pink skies. A rainbow arced across Wind Echo Lake. Kalu stood tall, feeling proud. We found it together, he whispered, nose touching his glowing breeze softly. Nino splashed in the lake, spraying Lulu and Paco with glittering droplets. Kalu laughed deeply, his rumble echoing softly across the peaceful valley like a gentle, brave drum. They met a hummingbird glowing with sunrise light. Follow me to the dream garden, it chirped. With curious eyes, they followed its rainbow-feathered flight through whispering golden reeds. The dream garden bloomed with giant flowers, glowing blue, pink, and lavender. Lulu sighed happily. I want to stay here forever, she whispered, snuggling into soft, glowing petals. A magical dragonfly zipped by, leaving trails of sparkling dust. Paco chased it playfully, bleating with excitement as the dust landed on his nose like glowing sleepy freckles. They rested under a tree with golden leaves that hummed lullabies. Kalu felt calm and strong as the tree's roots wrapped around them like a warm, sleepy hug. When dawn arrived, the dream garden faded softly into mist. The hummingbird whispered, Come again whenever your hearts need peace. Kalu bowed gratefully, eyes shining with brave love. They traveled home under golden morning skies, passing blooming desert roses. The journey changed them. Kalu's bravery glowed deeper than his midnight wool, guiding them safely across the glowing sands. They reached Whispering Dune Valley, where sand sang gentle songs. Lilo danced in circles, making tiny sand clouds. Kalu smiled proudly. His friends were happy and brave like blooming desert flowers. At noon, they found cool caves lined with crystals. Nino's reflection sparkled like 100 sleepy stars. Kalu touched a crystal gently, feeling its calming chill soothe his brave heart. In the cave's quiet glow, a sleepy bat yawned. Rest here safely, friends, it squeaked softly. They curled together on crystal floors, listening to the bat's lullaby echo sweetly. At dawn, they left the caves into breezy canyons. The canyon's walls glowed orange and pink in sunrise light. Kalu felt powerful, like the canyon's bravery was filling his wool. They met a fox with fur glowing like dawn fire. "Good morning, brave llamas," she said warmly. "Today your hearts will grow even stronger." Kalu nodded bravely, feeling golden inside. Further ahead, the path split into three glowing trails. Kalu sniffed each breeze. One smelled of honey wind. "This way," he said confidently, leading them onto the sweet breezy path. The honey breeze led them to a meadow filled with sleepy bees. The bees buzzed softly, their hum sounding like tiny lullabies drifting under bright blooming golden flowers. Nino squeezed, scaring the bees into sparkly swirls. Everyone giggled as bees landed back calmly, humming forgiving lullabies that smelled of warm flowers and sweet, sleepy honey. At sunset, they reached Featherfall Hill, where soft, glowing feathers drifted down from giant dream birds above. Lulu twirled happily, catching feathers in her wool like glowing hawks. They slept under feather blankets that night. Kalu's dream filled with glowing flying mountains, gentle breezes, and quiet stars blinking sleepy winks just for him. Dawn arrived, golden and soft. The friends continued towards Whisper Lake. As they walked, the sand glittered on the sunrise light, warming their wool with comforting sleepy heat. Whisper Lake glowed like melted silver. Mist drifted lazily over the water, humming gentle breezy tunes. Kalu dipped his nose in, feeling peaceful coolness wash over his brave heart. They rested under a giant willow tree beside the lake. Its branches whispered stories of sleepy old winds. Nino curled up with a happy sigh, snuggling into Kalu's warm wool. When dawn came, a glowing blue butterfly landed on Kalu's nose. He blinked sleepily as it whispered, "Be brave. Your journey is filled with blooming dreams." Then it flew away. The path curved into singing stone canyons. Stones hummed breezy notes that vibrated through their hoofs. Lulu bleated softly. "It feels like the ground is singing us lullabies." At midday, a glowing golden eagle circled above them. "Well done, travelers," it called. "Your bravery shines like dawn. Never doubt your hearts," Kalu bowed proudly. They passed fields of rainbow moss that smelled like sleepy rain. Paco rolled around happily, covering his white wool in glowing rainbow fuzz, making everyone laugh softly. Night arrived, glowing with thousands of fireflies. They lit the desert like tiny twinkling lanterns. The friends curled together under the sparkling sky, safe and loved in peaceful glowing warmth. They woke at dawn to the scent of blooming moonflowers. Lulu yawned widely. "Today feels magical already," she whispered, her eyes shimmering with sleepy happiness. Ahead lay Dream Echo Valley, where breezes carried sleepy songs. Kalu stepped forward bravely, ears perked as the echo wind whispered, "Welcome home, peaceful travelers." They followed glowing pebble paths to the valley's heart, where a giant sleeping llama statue stood. Its closed eyes glowed softly with calm golden light. Kalu pressed his nose gently against the statue. A golden breeze wrapped around him, filling his heart with warmth and courage that glowed from his ears to tail. The statue whispered softly, "Thank you for your brave journey, Kalu. Lead with love always." He nodded, eyes shimmering with peaceful strength under glowing sleepy skies. The friends left Dream Echo Valley as the moon rose silver and calm. Stars blinked sleepy wings above them. Nino hummed a quiet lullaby as they walked. They returned to their snowy Andes Valley before dawn, frost glittering under their hooves like sprinkled sleepy stars. Home felt warmer than ever, with brave hearts glowing softly. Their families bleated with joy, nuzzling them gently. "You've grown strong and peaceful," said one old llama proudly to Kalu. He smiled shyly, feeling braver than ever. That night, they shared stories under the glowing moon. Kalu closed his eyes, feeling Lulu's warmth beside him, Nino's happy hum, and Paco's sleepy giggles echo softly. Dreams carried them through rainbow meadows and for the fall skies. Kalu's black wool glowed like moonlit midnight, guiding his friends through glowing clouds of love and gentle bravery. In the deepest dream, a glowing wind whispered, "Brave hearts light the world." Kalu nodded sleepily, feeling his wool glow warm with love that would never fade. Morning arrived, glowing gold and pink. Kalu woke first, smiling softly. His journey made him strong, kind, and calm, the bravest black llama with the most peaceful heart.